Hello, my name is Elizabeth Sampson Lee, author of the book Bound and Gagged by the Thin Blue Line, Sexual Assault, Harassment, and the Broken System Sworn to Protect and Serve. The book is set to be released in April of 2021 to coincide with Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And now I'll read you a bonus chapter from the book titled Smoke Break. Time for a smoke break? None of us on the day shift were regular smokers, but we bonded over Marlboro Ultralights, or silver shorts as you'd say at the gas station if you happened to be the one buying. I'm not sure how we figured out this was a thing among us, but it worked. Sometimes we were joined by the chain smoker on mid-shift. Other times, Carl, the overnight guy, would mooch one in the morning. We'd stand on the back deck of our rickety makeshift office. The wooden platform was about the size of an inflatable air mattress, which required us to stand at shoulder-to-shoulder attention. Benny, Meyer, and Scotty were not that much taller than me, and all of us met Barry at chin level. The first time Scotty came out with us, I looked over to see him taking out a pair of latex gloves, the kind paramedics use at crash scenes. "What the hell are you doing?" I asked. "I don't want the wife to smell it on me." The day guys were more the family types with wives and kids at home. With a snap on his wrist, Scotty covered his hands in the baby blue rubber coating. Then he reached out and waited for me to dig a filtered stick from the newly opened pack and put it into his gloved hand. "Oh, for Christ's sakes," I said. "And you go on man with gun calls? Those aren't as scary as if the wife caught me doing this." His cheeks dimpled deeper as he then asked for a light. As he razzed Scotty, Barry zipped his jacket up to the very top, almost catching the skin under his chin. It wasn't due to the cold. The weather was brisk, but it was not quite winter yet. Rather, it was an attempt to cover the knot on his tie to keep out the stink. Barry was the only one in the office besides me who didn't wear a tan uniform shirt with dark brown pants. Shortly before the move to Hinckley, he had transitioned from deputy to investigator, so he no longer wore a uniform and corresponding gear. Next, he put on the black thermaline gloves he kept in his department-issued vehicle. "Oh, come on," I said. "You too?" "It's not worth the hassle," he reasoned. Barry never contributed much to the community packs we kept in my top left desk drawer. His wife gave him a weekly allowance on their bank card, and he didn't want to defend any incidental charges incurred at the gas station. He had the same problem during the sporadic times we got lunch delivered from the diner down the road. No cash. It was fine, though. He earned his keep by making coffee every morning. "And you're the one who investigates grisly crimes in District 2, I needled? Good God." He lit his cigarette, stepped away from the rest of us, and barely inhaled, as if that would make him reek any less. He also had a habit of putting the lighter in his pocket when he was done with it, rather than passing it down the line. I'm sure he explained it away with, "Oh, I confiscated that from a guy I interviewed, if he ever got caught with it at home." The lighter thing pissed off Benny, who stood with an unlit cigarette between his lips, waiting. "Give me the goddamn lighter, it's not even yours." Those two liked to bicker. They'd been together since grade school. As Benny smoked, he would cough and gag and hawk loogies, repeatedly, every single time. Sometimes Sergeant Meyer would be out of the office and miss our smoke break. Nevertheless, as soon as he was back in, even if it was 20 minutes later, we'd head right back out with him so he could catch up. And man, catch up he did. He could beat those things down fast. "Holy shit," I said once. "Did you even have time to enjoy that thing?" "I learned it in the military. It's called efficiency, something you assholes should learn." Meyer always turned the burning end toward his boots and rolled his fingers around until the lit cherry fell to the ground and went out. Another military tactic. Then he'd squish the wrapped, now brown filter into its smallest form and lob it into the coffee can that rested on the corner of the deck. We could always tell which butts belonged to Meyer. Benny would spit on the hot orange smoky end until it fizzled out and turned wet and black. Others would take a step down from the deck and smear out the evidence on the pavement, leaving marks behind them. Then they'd throw the extinguished remnants into the can. Some would miss and fail to pick up their blunder, and then refuse to fess up to the mess when Denise would pop in unannounced and bitch out the known smokers. Usually Sarah took the brunt. And on occasion, someone would carelessly pitch their still-lit trouble into the can, and one of us would stumble upon a small fire not long after. "Put your fucking cigarettes out, dipshits," Meyer would say. "If we burn down this office, we'll have to go work in District 1 with coons again." His directives were always on point. We agreed with a big "fuck that." I made a mental note of where to find the fire extinguisher.